Hey y'all, good morning. So, because I said I was gonna do better, I'm doing better. First and foremost, I'm trying not to have the air directly onto the audio of my lives. But if you guys hear air, it's because you're right above my AC, and the reason being is because I'm charging my phone and it's hot, and when it's hot out, my phone up there will overheat. And so to prevent that, I'm putting air on myself because I will overheat, and my phone right there, so that it will help that out. So if you hear a little bit of wind, that's what it is. Um, yes. Hi, everybody. I had to make sure I said it because some people would be too distracted. So we go ahead and get that out of the way. Then we want to talk about it again. Welcome to my channel. My name is Clarissa, and we're back with Spirituality TV. We're back with another episode of Spirituality TV. Today's episode is talking about setting boundaries. I want to talk about this topic because a lot of you are not setting boundaries within your life, and it doesn't have to be regarding relationships. It could be regarding work boundaries. It could be regarding friend boundaries. It could be regarding relationship. It could be regarding money boundaries. It could be regarding anything in your life. But the conversation of setting boundaries is sometimes not irrelevant. And so we need to start making these boundaries known. We'll use relationships for an example. A lot of people get into relationships with people and they let things slide. When I say things slide, I mean things that you don't generally agree with, things that you would normally speak up about, but you say, you know what, let's just see how this person matures, or let's see how this come across something very beginning in a relationship, you address it in the there. Because once you let that moment pass and let that situation slide, that person now subconsciously understands and can get away with whatever that was. And that's what you don't want. You don't want people to just be able to do whatever they want and feel regarding you and your existence. And so even when it comes to relationships, that could be an example. Boundaries at work. You have some people that are just too friendly. Let's be honest. You have some coworkers that are just too friendly. They gossip, 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 and you're just not one to be a gossiper. And so instead of listening to the gossip that bothers you, learn how to set boundaries and maybe address that person like, I don't really like gossip. Or instead of feeding into the conversation, just be like, I'm kind of busy today, or like do something to deflect. I don't like people that deflect, but sometimes you have to deflect for your own personal growth, and this is one of those moments where you should be deflecting. If you're around people that you really don't care for, it's because of your work environment and you have to deal with them on a day-to-day basis. Learn how to separate yourself from being who you are at home and who you are at work. Set those boundaries. Just because I'm a nice, kind person does not mean I need to always mess with you every 2 seconds when I'm at work. Who I am at work is not the same person I am at home. Why? Because it's two different locations. When I go to work for business purposes. I go to work to get my work done, get my money, and get out. I then come home, and once I'm home, I get to now be my true self, right? And so you have to sometimes set those boundaries, and even with people who you are acquainted with, because sometimes you can have real good friends as co-workers at work, and sometimes you just can't. And you got to be able to understand that and separate the two. Sometimes you have to learn that co-worker friends are just that, co-worker friends, and set those boundaries so that you can understand the difference between the two. Because if you don't, you might end up getting your little feelings hurt. Okay, you have to learn how to set boundaries. And first off, you need to realize what the things are that you need boundaries for. A lot of people don't take that into consideration, and they're just going through life and they get agitated and they get bothered by things. But it's like, you didn't set any boundaries for yourself. But setting boundaries would be your diet. Some of y'all go on this New Year's resolution trying to lose weight, and you're not setting any boundaries down to your quantity of how much you're eating, and your intake of calories, or your water. A lot of you don't drink water. You need to set boundaries on that. Set boundaries on how much juice and sugar you intake compared to how much water, H2O, you are digesting, compared to how many calories that you are putting into your system, compared to how many good calories. There's a difference between calories and good calories, bad carbs and good carbs. You know, there's a difference. And a lot of you guys aren't setting those boundaries. You want to lose weight, but you're not setting those boundaries. You're still eating whatever you want to eat. You need to set those boundaries. Now, you can eat what you want to eat and still lose weight. And I want to make sure I make it perfectly clear. But you can't eat what you want to eat and then don't work out, don't drink your water, don't do anything to change your physical lifestyle. So therefore, you need to set those boundaries to kind of mold yourself into that person that you want to be and into the lifestyle that you want to have. If you don't do that, you're not going to get anywhere. You might lose a little bit of weight, but it ain't going to be consistent, and it's not going to be something that comes off of you forever. You might lose quick weight, but we don't want quick weight. When you're losing weight, you don't want quick weight. You want weight that literally stays off, unless you want to gain it back, and nothing wrong with that. But you have to learn how to set those boundaries to be able to reach these goals, and a lot of people do not do that. You have to start to set those boundaries in relationships from the get-go, so that the person that you're with can know who you are and what you will and will not accept. That's the problem. A lot of relationships are failing because the people that you're dating don't really know who you are, because you never set boundaries. It's like everything's slide because you're so happy to be in a relationship, you're so happy to be, you know, in a friendship or in some kind of companionship, that you just let everything slide. And then when it came down to it, you end up losing yourself as a person because you never set any boundaries. If you don't like people going through your phone, and you guys will go through the phone type person from the get-go, you should let the person know, I don't like people going through my phone, I'm going through my phone. If you don't like people that you consider to be your friend to talk behind your back, and you know somebody's talking behind your back from the get-go, you should say something like, hey, I know that you talk to so-and-so about me behind my back. I would like for y'all to address conversations with me directly. Just toxic behavior. If you see any kind of toxic behavior, set those boundaries that you do not accept that kind of stuff. Like, seriously, like, I don't know how else to say what I'm saying, but I feel like you guys get the point. Set boundaries. You gotta set boundaries and set to the universe what you do and do not want. If you do not do that, then you're going to be exposed to any and everything, and that is not okay. So that being said, I'm gonna let this video go. I love you guys so very much. I'm going to be doing better with doing my videos because of the fact that it's going to be through lives. If you guys have any topics you want me to discuss, please let me know down in the comments down below. You also can DM me on Instagram, Spirituality TV, or KS Spirituality TV. And yeah, I'll be back here tomorrow or the next day, or maybe later, depending on how I feel. So yeah, stay blessed, stay healthy, stay vigilant, and I will see you guys on my next video. Peace, love, and blessings. Bye, y'all.